I've heard the spirit of Jezebel mentioned throughout church my entire life, and I'd love you to unpack this for me a little bit.
If you just go look briefly into the Bible background, you'll find Jezebel's referred to in the Old Testament and the New Testament. New Testament book of Revelation, Jesus identifies a woman as promoting herself, as seducing people into the servants of God into fornication and eating food sacrificed to idols. You go into the Old Testament, Jezebel was a woman who seduced and defiled a whole nation. So I think the naming in the New Testament indicates he's referring not necessarily to the person, but to a spirit power that was operative in Israel's history. And it defiled and destroyed a nation, its culture, its families, it broke down the relationships and so on. So when you look into what is the spirit of Jezebel, Jezebel is just a person. But Jezebel worshipped, she was the daughter of a high priest who worshipped Baal and Ashtaroth. And when you trace those back, they go back to Babylon. And Ashtaroth was also known as the Queen of Heaven and is found in forms in every culture in the world. And so wherever you find that spirit at work, you will always find certain things follow it. There will be shutdown of the supernatural power of God, attacks on the prophetic, murder and persecution of Christians. There'll be immorality, uncleanness. There'll be gender identity issues. There'll be destruction of family relationships, rendering men passive and destroying the order of God in families, and then destroying the legacy for the next generation. And so that's the legacy of that spirit. It is basically a controlling principality that works through lower level spirits to bring about a whole range of things. And it uses common strategies everywhere. And so wherever that power is operating, it'll spread tentacles to draw people in and then use them to control people and relationships. That's how it works.